Good morning and welcome to This Week in Cincinnati. I'm Craig McKee. A long-awaited end this week for FC Cincinnati to win an MLS franchise and join Major League Soccer. There were huge celebrations at Rheingeist, where the announcement was officially made, and at Fountain Square, where thousands gathered to watch the proclamation on the big screen. Many feel this is a watershed event for Cincinnati. Having an MLS team will put the city on a global stage. 9 on Your Side anchor Tanya O'Rourke sat down for an extended interview with FC Cincinnati General Manager and President Jeff Berding about getting to that day and what lies ahead.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
How are you feeling?
I feel great.
I mean, this has to have been I'm curious, as you were standing up there, and I mean, obviously you knew this was coming, but as you're standing up there, and Don Garber from the MLS is saying, Cincinnati, you're now an MLS franchise. How hard is your heart beating? You're looking out at that group of people assembled. What's going through your mind?
Well, it's a proud moment, for sure. You know, my hometown. This is what we set out to do. It's why we've worked so hard for 3 years, was to make that moment a reality. It reaffirmed the belief that I had in our city that we were ready for something like this, and it was awesome.
And then when you went down to Fountain Square, and you saw not hundreds, probably a couple thousand people standing there. Tell me about that.
You know, that was the big wow moment. I felt there'd probably be thousands of people on the square, but you never really know. And when I was finishing my interviews after the event, one of my staffers came over and said, we have to hurry you and Carl and the commissioner up to get down to Fountain Square. And I said, oh, are there a lot of people there? And she said, haven't you seen the pictures? And I said, no, I've been on my phone. She showed me, and it looked like the Reds had just won the World Series. I mean, it was just, the square was full of thousands of people in blue and orange. And my heart sort of skipped a beat, and I just thought, oh my goodness, this is really a big deal for this city. We did this together. This was our city. This was our city's victory. But it's what I knew we had it in us. I knew this would be the end game, that we would be in the MLS as a major league sports town. I tell everyone from the commissioner to his staff, this is a great professional sports town. People support the teams. And if we built this team the right way and did the right things, you know, winning team, family-friendly club, a franchise visible in the community, I was convinced that this is what would happen. And so just in that moment of the sea of people and so excited, it's like, Cincinnati, this is for you. And then I, you know, took the sip, and then the other sort of, I thought, cool part was, again, the spur of the moment, and for all the hard work and the day and everything that happened, to take that sip of beer, and I said, tastes pretty good. Tastes pretty good.
This was like an accelerated pace. This club has only been around for 2.5 seasons, not even 3 full seasons, yet already tagged an MLS team. You've got to admit that this was accelerated.
It was accelerated by everyone's standards but our own. We had every intention. When we launched the club, even before we publicly launched, we knew that MLS was going to go through a period of expansion. We wanted to get the jump on bigger cities, bigger media markets. We wanted to get out in front. We really did feel that the city would respond, that the crowds would come. We had great partners at the University of Cincinnati to give us a home. Nippert's been brilliant. And we just really felt like we could do it quickly. You know, we had major league level ownership. We have a major league level staff with plenty of professional sports background. Obviously, you know, our coach, Alan, what we did last year in the Open Cup, and our great players who embraced their role of building something bigger than themselves. You know, I tell our players and our staff, you're going to look back someday and say, I was there. This is a brilliant club, world-respected club. And I was one of the people on the front end that helped build that. I was one of the building blocks. That's a legacy you'll always take with you. And if that doesn't motivate you to get out of bed every day and come to work and build something that's great, and you're probably in the wrong spot. And so everyone just bought in, and I felt like with that culture, that this would happen very quickly.
The last 4 months have been extraordinary. On you have both been vilified and sainted. I'm curious, you can sit here and tell me that, oh, no, we're thrilled. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's all in the past. But that had to be a really hard 4 months.
Oh, there's no question. I mean, I apologized to my family yesterday. They didn't see me too much for a really long time. I mean, I've been all in with a great team around around me. There's no question there was peaks and valleys. I mean, I never doubted the outcome, but there's no question there were peaks and valleys, and some of those valleys were very, very difficult. But I believed in the vision for our city, and I understand that democracy is challenging, and we were, working to share our vision, to communicate our vision, to share facts versus fears that were out there that were not true. And I felt like whenever things were really difficult, really trying, and there were certainly some of those moments. There were new friends that I've made in the West End who sent messages, hey, we're praying for you, FC Cincinnati. We're counting on you, FC Cincinnati. You can get this. We're there for you. This is going to transform our neighborhood. Our supporters, I'd see them on the streets. I'd see them, at Kroger, what have you. And hey, keep it going, keep it going. You got this. And so moments like that sort of lift you back up, and you go, okay, and you roll up your sleeves and get back to work.
But was there ever a moment when you thought, oh my gosh, why? This is never going to get done?
No, never. I never had doubt that the end was anything but MLS for us.
I mean, as far as the West End is concerned, was there ever a moment where you just thought, wow, I don't know that we can do this?
Well, there's no question that in January and February, as we were building, March, I mean, we were still working on Oakley. We were still working in Newport. I mean, we were working 3 sites, obviously, for many, many months. So, yeah, there was no question that there were times where, the West End wasn't a sure thing. Getting an MLS franchise and a stadium plan, in my mind, was always a sure thing. The West End, there's no question, that was a challenge.
All right, so let's talk about construction and timeline, things like that. What comes first, Stargell or FC Stadium?
So we'll build, probably we'll get underway this summer on the new Stargell Stadium across the street. And as we get that underway, that'll position us for, before the year end, having a groundbreaking on the new MLS stadium. Obviously, we're not going to touch the existing Stargell until the new one is completed. But we'll certainly be underway here by the end of the year.
So maybe you thinking after high school football season is over, maybe that's when groundbreaking occurs for, so.
Yes. Maybe not on the high school site. Right. We have other property down there that'll be a piece of it, but we want to be ready by spring of 2021. We're going to play 2 years at Nippert, the 2019 season and the 2020 season. So, and you got the whole team side and a training facility and everything else. So there's a lot of work.
Now, some things will change and others remain the same with the move to MLS. Berding says the 3 pillars of the team will remain the same: winning, family-friendly, visible in the community. And head coach Alan Koch will remain with the team, we are told. One change, the team's name is changing just a little bit from Football Club Cincinnati to Fußball Club Cincinnati, a nod to the city's German heritage.